Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Welcome everyone to Satsang. Hello, Marie.
Yes. Hi, Rishi. Uh, it's something I've been thinking about lately, and that is um, to develop a sensitivity to be clear of the difference between true silence and maybe something that comes from the tendency of being more introvert, just kind of shutting off from the world. It just does not necessarily can feel like an imposter of silence,
Mm-hmm.
and yet not being that's that silence we're searching for. Yeah, so I think you've said it in the past to be constantly checking in. Um, it's just sometimes it feels like the silence might be coming from just this type of personality, more introvert type of personality. How to differentiate, how to be
Mm-hmm.
clear that this is the silence I'm searching for. Mm.
So let me ask you, are there two yous?
Well, even I think asking these questions, it would seem, yeah.
Perhaps if you were to begin to see this natural tendency toward introversion as an expression of true silence, you could narrow that gap between the two experiences. You yourself said, and correct me if I got this wrong, you yourself said that you sometimes can see that this feeling of, or this personality trait of introversion is actually an avoidance strategy, let's say. Maybe we can call
Mm.
it an avoidance strategy. But if you see this in operation, then is it really an avoidance strategy? Or is it just another object which true awareness, pure silence, sees in operation so that it's a tendency or it's a samskara? It's not something which is binding you. The reason I say that is because you're seeing it.
Mm.
If you're seeing it in operation and you ask the question, who sees this now, or who is aware of this? Now you're stepping back into true silence and out of this uh, introversion as denial of engagement, so to speak.
Mm.
As long as, Marie, this argument is going on somehow, not all the time, but when it's there, as long as this argument is going on, is this true introversion? Is this true silence? And so on. This is the mind kind of playing ping pong with experience.
Ah.
But as soon as you surrender to the perception that this natural tendency toward introversion is also the natural manifestation of a deep internal silence, this ping pong match begins to slow down. Now you begin to see that there is within you this deep well of silence, which sometimes manifests as an external, let's say, silence, what you're calling introversion. It sometimes manifests in that way. As long as you catch it, if it becomes a tool for avoidance of experience, as long as you are catching that, then you are still aware, are you not?
Mm-hmm.
The one who is aware, the one who has this deep sense of her nature as silence, is still aware in that circumstance and is seeing that happen. So now you can just look at that experience and say, I am not that. I am not that denial. The silence is of me, is in me, is true. That is a true part of my being, if not the whole of my being. It is a true part of my being. And this, which plays this ping pong match back and forth, is this truth? Is this not truth? Am I getting it right? Am I not getting it right? Is this the truth of my nature? Is it not? That game you are not. So then you can netty that. I'm not this. I'm not this. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
this conditioning. I'm not this belief. I'm that which is aware and seeing this whole match play out on the screen. The question around experience and perception is always, how can I use this to recognize that I am that which is aware? I am the supreme. How can I use this experience to remind myself, if you will, like a bell of mindfulness in a meditation, a gong or a bell, to remind myself that that which is aware is here now. If you know that which is aware is here now, then what you are aware of can just be swatted away. It makes no difference.
Yes, thank you for that reminder to always come back to the question. Mm.
Yes, for a very long time, these entanglements in the mind, they continue, even after we've realized to some degree that that which is aware is here now. These mental entanglements and these habits can continue for some period of time, even for a long period of time. But realizing that we are somehow free of those things. They can still
Mm.
come up, but we know they are coming up in order for us to see them and let them dissolve, not to see them and then engage in this ping pong match, but rather to see them come up and let them go.
Yeah. Yeah. Very helpful. Thank you.
Mm. Yes, thank you.
Mm.
All right, our time is coming to an end for today, so I wish you all peace, joy, happiness. Your nature as being, consciousness, and bliss is always here Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritawa Swaha Bhuva Bhu Om Sat Jung Hang Om. Namaste. Much love.